Alright guys, today, check this out. This is a piece of quilted aluminum. Pretty cool stuff. I'm going to be using it on a camper, but I could use it on just about anything. It's a little expensive, it's difficult to find, it's not something I could find locally, so I decided to make my own. So if you want to see how I make this, stick around. Alright, so I want to do a quick video. This is something that I saw online that was posted on the Vintage Trailer Talk forums. Someone else has already tried this. I actually thought about this a while back and just hadn't gotten to this point in the build yet, so I hadn't tried this yet. Then after I thought about trying this out, I actually saw someone else who had tried this out and it worked, so I knew that it would work. I didn't see any tutorials on this or any other videos on this, so I thought I would do a quick video to show at least how I did it, which from what I understand of the other person that tried this, that they did this in a very similar manner. So I'll put a link to their tutorial or their short little description of what they did on this, and we'll kind of give you a little extra idea and another viewpoint of how this was done. Alright, so first to get started, what I did was through a little trial and error, and I'll show you a picture here of what I'm for. I did a test piece, and this is a test piece that I made up, and I determined that I like this pattern. So basically what I did was I found a piece of metal, which in this case was a level, and that level has two parallel sides so that all of my lines will come out the same. I used that, and I figured out with a 45 degree off of this speed square, and what I did is I kind of just played around and looked at patterns. I drew some patterns on a piece of paper and figured out what I liked. The next thing was to figure out how to get that in the metal. Well, the person that I saw online, they used a screen roller. And this is a screen roller I picked up at Home Depot. It cost me about, I think it was about $6 or $7. And on the screen roller, one end of it has a sort of a flattened end. The other end has a groove in it. On that grooved end, one side of the groove or one shoulder of the groove is higher than the other. I'm going to be using that shoulder to do my impressions. So what I did first was that I got me a piece of, found me a flat work area here. This is on my workbench in my shed. Then I took me a flat piece of underlayment. You could use 1/8" birch, you could use whatever you had. But you want something that's real smooth and doesn't have any imperfections in it, because you don't want to be putting imperfections off the table. This is kind of rough plywood on this table. I didn't want to be putting those into the metal when I impressed in it. So I took this, laid it out. I got it square to the edge of the table here. And one key thing that I figured out was, if you look at the pattern here, due to the, I guess to the width of the, had to do with the width of the level, was that this pattern is not equal. It's a true diamond. It's not just a square turned sideways. So I figured out that I had to run my pattern in this direction to get my diamonds to run vertically like I wanted those to appear on my cabinets, because my cabinet will be down here, my countertop, my upper cabinets will be up here, so this will be running this way. So, and my diamonds will be running long ways this way. So what I did to get started was, first of all, clamp this down. And then I used my 45 degree angle here on my speed square to get started. And I made a mark with that. One mark along the long side here. Squared up with the bottom edge here. And that would be my starting mark. So the next thing I did was to take my level, and got my level, and I lined my level up. Again here I'm going to have to move my clamp just a little bit. I put the level on the left side because for me that's more comfortable. So put the level on the left side, lined it up here, lined it up just off of my mark. And I got my roller, and I looked at my roller, and I can tell on my roller here, on this side of my roller, the thumb side, that is the higher
part of my roller. I don't know if you can see that there, but that side is a little bit higher. So I want that side of the roller to ride along this mark here. So one thing is this has, it seems like it has some sort of oil or something on it, probably for the rolling process when they manufacture it. So it tends to slide. So you really want to get a good impression or press down with your object that you're using to make your flat mark here. And I pressed down with just a fair amount of pressure and made a mark. Wasn't too difficult. I didn't press really hard. This metal is pretty thin, so it made a mark there. Next thing I did was, you want these to be parallel, so I'm going to line up with that mark that I just made. I'm going to hold it down so that it doesn't move, and I'm going to make another mark. Now you can see that there's two marks. So I'm going to continue this down the aluminum this way, then I will come back and I will find another 45 mark. I'll show you that in a minute, and we'll make marks the other way.
So you can see here I flipped this over and we're going the other direction. Basically what I did was I turned my 45-degree angle the other way, and I just repeated the process at a 90-degree angle to the marks I've already made.
So you can see here we've got it all diamonded out all the way down. It's not perfect, but honestly it's a heck of a lot better than I thought it would turn out. So now we get to try and cut it out and put it in the trailer without scratching it up. That'll be the next step.
And that's about it for now. So if you enjoyed that video, please give me a thumbs up down below. That really helps me out to continue to produce these videos. Also hit that subscribe button and you will get updates next time I post videos on any of my trailer topics or any of the other DIY projects that I do here. You can also follow me down below on the links on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter. I post stuff there, other content that I don't necessarily make full-length videos on. So that's it for now. This is Brian at dadrambles.com. Have a good one.